There we go. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to our watch-along for Alfreton Town against Chorley in the National League North. A clash near the top of the table. I won't bill it as a top of the table clash just yet, but 3 points between the two sides. Chorley up in second, Alfreton on the edge of those playoff spots. A big chance to make a move up into a possible second in the table with a win today, if we can get there. What do we think?
What do we think?
What do we think on the game?
On the game, it's one of them ones. The lads are riding a massive high after the win last week. Liam Wall scoring an absolute beauty from outside the area. It's putting us in the first round again, and a big tie as well against Notts County. The lads are going to be riding that high into today's game, and I'm hoping they can take momentum. 13 unbeaten to Charlie's 8 unbeaten, I believe. It's one of them where each team's going to be looking to break each other's streak, but I think both sides only having one loss this season as well. So
in the league, yeah.
In the league, yeah. So it's one of them where I think Alfreton really need to ride that high of the FA Cup, of the draw, of the big wins as well we've had recently in the 2 FA Cup games we had kind of back to back.
Yeah.
It's got to be brought into this game, and we've got to bring that level of intensity, be disciplined, play the football we get, and kind of drag Charlie into that battle we like to create and that frustration. Yeah,
I think you mentioned obviously riding the high, riding the wave of the FA Cup. I think it'll be interesting to see how they do manage it, because I think last season there was a sort of a hint with the FA Cup run, obviously, and having been drawn against Walsall. The games in the run-up to that initial fixture, it looked like some games we sort of slipped away a little bit, and there was a suggestion that the players maybe had one eye on the Walsall game coming up. But hopefully we don't see that today, obviously, or on Tuesday. So, as you say, what an exciting draw that is. Notts County away, a team recently only got back into League 2, but not exactly a long trip for the Alfreton fans, but certainly one to look forward to.
Yeah, it's going to be a big game for the club. Obviously, we play them in pre-season pretty much every year, but there's something different about this one as well for the fans. There's something on the line. Going up to Meadow Lane's exciting as well for everyone involved with the club. So, yeah, it's a big one. It's going to be an occasion for definite for us, and I know I'm looking forward to it. So I can't imagine how the lads are looking forward to playing there.
Yeah, obviously move to the Friday night. Because they can't play on the Saturday because Nottingham Forest are at home at 3 o'clock, so they can't be having that. It's been shifted to the Friday night, which, I don't know, I think it could have been... Would we have preferred the Sunday, do we think? Would the players have preferred the Sunday? Obviously playing on the Tuesday.
So. I think a couple of the lads will be working on a Friday. But although it's not far for them to travel, I don't think there'll be too much of a rush, but it's one of them ones where it's just slightly unideal. It's not... if you got to pick, I think they'd pick the Sunday probably, but these things happen. But I think, we've gone a bit early today just to talk about that Spennymoor game last week.
Oh, go on.
Obviously, a huge win in terms of the club for the club into the FA Cup again, but it didn't come without its controversy. With Glenn Taylor bending one into the far corner, into the end, probably the same. And Alfreton are warming up in today. Bent one in, and it was dubiously given as
good words to use, yeah.
As the linesman spotted Ramshaw. I think we said it was.
we said it was Dyson.
We said it was Dyson. Yeah, it was Ramshaw who had drifted offside and tried to poke the ball into the net. He didn't actually touch it, but the linesman said he was impeding George Willis's view, and I think that was a massive let-off, because how often do you see that not given?
Yeah.
He's not touched the ball. I mean, he is there. I can see why it's been given, but I think they will be feeling really hard done by. Then there was the pass back, massive chance, and I think they felt Fletcher was brought down in the midst of that, and they should have had a penalty. I didn't see that too much. It looked like Willis made a great save, and then I think the rules are, the direct letter of the law is that the goalkeeper has the right to go for the ball if he works someone out while going for the ball, as long as it ends up in his hands. Although I don't think it actually ends up in his hands.
No.
But he has an allowance to go for the ball, and if he brings someone down, and as long as it's not blatant like an attack,
assault, yeah.
He's played the ball in the end. He's actually got his hand on the ball and played it, and it's gone out wide. So I think by letter of the law, that's a correct decision, but I'd be feeling hard done by.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it was certainly, as you say, a let-off is probably the best way to describe it. There were a few chances where you felt, if it was going the other way, we wouldn't be very happy at all. But it's just one of those that is just football, and sometimes you get the rub of the green with those kind of decisions, and ultimately it's resulted in, let's not take away from the performance as well. It was a great performance outside of those few moments. Yeah. We saw obviously a weakened team, a few players missing through illness and injury. We had players coming into the lineup that were meant to be on the bench and putting in a solid performance, keeping that clean sheet with a few scares near the end as well. But and it kind of drifted from the competitive game that we saw to kind of the last 5-10 minutes was just a case of getting bodies behind the ball, locking down the box and not letting Spennymoor have that opening, forcing them to shoot from deep areas, and then obviously seeing out the win ultimately to get us into the first round proper. But a break from the FA Cup, we're now back to league action for this weekend and Tuesday night. We
have one more thing to talk about.
We do.
When it comes to the FA Cup.
We do. We're not happy.
Wrexham Harrogate.
Could be an intriguing TV pick. I think we all know why.
Disney
well, maybe not. Maybe not why, but the reasoning that's there. I think it's not necessarily a case of us saying we should have been on telly, because there are certainly some bigger games or more interesting ties that.
But that's not interesting tie at all.
Would have probably
There's literally nothing in that game other than that Deadpool might be there.
Yeah, possibly. Deadpool might be in the stands, which I think pretty much everybody was surprised to see MK Dons Wimbledon missed off of the TV list. Yeah. And then obviously some lower league clubs that have drawn the Football League teams missing out as well. I think it's just a bit of a shame. Obviously, we had the fortune of being picked for TV last year against Walsall. Unfortunately, the game wasn't played when it was initially scheduled to be, which then meant we played we still had the iPlayer coverage on the Tuesday, and then obviously went to a replay, which was still huge for the club. But I think it's a little bit of a shame that you're seeing the smaller clubs miss out on that sort of opportunity, the coverage, having the eyes on them, just so, as you say, they might get a shot of Deadpool in the away end.
And one more thing we absolutely have to come on to before kick-off. Chocolate caramel shortbread.
Oh, wow. We'll get a promo in. Get a promo in again.
We give Bill a shout-out a couple of weeks ago. This is more than a shout-out. This is a thank you. This is a prayer.
This is a 5-minute advertisement slot.
This is a 5-minute advertisement for Bill's Baking, because that was incredible.
It was incredible.
What an afternoon. That's made my day.
Forget about the game. We've come here for the cakes.
Yeah, it was incredible. I said to him, I said, you're getting another shout out today, because that was top notch, top draw. That was better than Liam Waldock's goal last week. In fact, it was better than Nathan Newell's goal last year. That's how good they were.
Well, we'll see if it can bring us some luck for the game, because we had some last time. We had he got a shout out. Was it on Tuesday night against Biggleswade? Yes. Was that the shout out? And we saw an emphatic win following the praise of the cakes. So fingers crossed we'll have a repeat of that. But I can imagine it'll be a slightly harder task up against a strong Chorley side that have had a very good start to the season. Obviously, as you mentioned, only their one loss in the league, same as Alfreton's one loss. So somebody might gain an extra one today. Chorley have played a game extra and are 3 points ahead. So it's pretty even. I think your money would be on a draw. Yeah. Obviously with Alfreton at home as well, and we've seen quite a few draws here this season.
Too many draws.
But fingers crossed we can get over the line today with a victory. We'll see. About 5 minutes until kick-off.
Yep.
But go on.
No, I was just agreeing that it was 5 minutes until kick-off.
Yeah, it is a fact. There are 5 minutes until kick-off. But as we see now, some of the players lining up in the tunnel will be ready to bring you the team news as they exit. I think we've got us back to a full strength. We've got Cantrell back in the team, obviously. Adam Anson, maybe unlucky not to keep his spot. David Moyo back into the squad too, obviously having missed out against Spennymoor through injury. But we're looking stronger now, I think. And I mean, if that's the kind of performance that the Reds can put in with not a decimated team, but a weakened team, 3 very key players missing out, We are pausing to read something. Oh, wow.
Biggleswade Town are about to have a game postponed.
Like clockwork.
After, for anyone who might not understand the references, we went all the way to Biggleswade on a Tuesday evening for the first of the FA Cup. Well, what was supposed to be the first attempt to play the game, on the Tuesday, after it was called off on the Saturday.
Yep.
And so it was the second attempt, sorry, my bad. To which the players got to the ground after Biggleswade had posted saying this game will be on
using
the green tick.
A doctored picture, or one that probably just a picture from pre-season.
I don't even think it was a picture of their pitch. I think it was a picture of the Bahamas. It was the sun was shining. It was glorious. I think there was people sunbathing on the pitch.
Yeah.
I think there was kids building sandcastles. It was so warm, and it looked glorious. Biggleswade on that afternoon to get there, and it looked like someone had played Farming Simulator on the corner flags. To which the referee got there and was like, well, I don't think we're going to play football on this.
No.
Maybe I'll plant my crops and set up a little, what they called, what people have where they grow things.
A farm.
No. You know, the allotments.
Set up an allotment in the 6-yard box.
The referee was going to set up his allotment at Bigglewade's 6-yard box because the pitch was ruined, and now it's about to be called off again just before kick-off.
It's starting to look like a bit of a theme.
Would it kill them to have a pitch inspection? Like, no one is making you play the game. Just please have a pitch inspection before people get to the ground.
We promise it's all right.
No one's going to shout at you.
No one, yeah. No, it is a bit of a shame, but obviously the game ended up being replayed, but it wasn't even a replay.
And they got what was coming to them. 6-0.
Well, there we go.
Here.
If we focus back to the
football match.
The football match that we're on today in the National League North, Alfreton against Chorley. The teams are coming out, so we will bring you the lineups for the Reds, starting off number 1, George Willis between the sticks. Josh Claxton, Max Hunt, Dwayne Wiley, the captain, and Nathan Newell at the back. Got Adam Lund, George Cantrell back into the side, and Liam Waldock in the midfield. And then Billy Fuster, Billy Whitehouse on the wings, with Jake Day keeping his place up top. And on the bench, number 5, Adam Anson, number 11, Lewis Salmon, number 13, Jake Askew, number 14, Jed Abbey, and number 20, David Moyo.
And for the visitors this afternoon, they have number 1 in captain, Matt Irwin in goal, number 2, Adam Henley, number 3, Mark Ellis, 4, Scott Wilson, 5, Harvey Smith, 8, Michael Calverley, 10, Tom Carr, 11, Momadou, or Mo, I'm reliably informed, Toure, number 14, George Awabury, number 19, not number 9, also
correct,
reliably informed, Craig Hewitt, 23, Warren Clark, and on the bench, 6, Joseph Nolan, 12, Jack Moore, 15, Dubam Eze, 16, Adam Blakeman, and 18, Samuel Bird.
So I think in terms of players to look out for in the opposition lineup, the number 19, as it was obviously not really on our team sheet, but the number 19, Craig Hewitt, scorer of the last 2 goals, getting them some points in the last few games. He's probably the one to look out for, and you know, it's not necessarily a lazy thing, but we have pointed out in the last couple of games that it is the striker that you want to look at. But against Spennymoor, we earmarked Glenn Taylor. He went on to, well, score what would have been the opener if it weren't ruled out, and then obviously ended up on the losing side. But Craig Hewitt, for me today, probably going to be the one to watch for the opposition. Fingers crossed the boys at the back can keep him locked down and keep another clean sheet.
Yeah, as always, we love a clean sheet. That's why we have so many of them.
And we'll be looking to do that, obviously, with Max Hunt back into the team on that left-hand side of the back line. We're going to see a swap, a change of ends early on. So that will be Alfreton shooting to an unfamiliar left to right in the first half.
Well, it happened against Biggleswade. No, it didn't. Sorry, never mind. Ignore me. That's incorrect, Matty.
But I think, yeah, it will be going battling uphill in the second half, shooting away from their existing fans in that end. So not ideal. I imagine that will be a coin toss lost for the home side.
Yeah, I think Matt Irwin probably thought I'm already halfway at the other goal. We might as well swap.
Well, there we go. As we hit 1 minute past 3, we will get underway very shortly. Billy Fewster standing over the kick-off.
So ready for this National League North kick-off. It's my favourite thing ever.
Is it going to go diagonally to one of the flanks and probably out for a throw-in?
I think we might be going to the left-hand side.
You might be right.
That's just a slight inclination that every single player, other than Claxton, is over there.
Well, there we go. We are underway here in the National League North as Max Hunt looks to clip it down to that left flank. Jake Day gets something on it to keep it in play. And we're not going to have the immediate throw-in off of the kick-off, which is a nice change. Lundy trying to head it back forward.
That means we lost the kick-off.
Yes. Chorley getting it clear immediately. I think it's going to be an interesting watch. I think, as you say, it's something that's so common and something that Alfreton have got so good at over the couple of seasons under Billy Heath, where it doesn't matter who you're playing, if you can sort of suck them into that battle and get them engaged, trying to sort of stop them, not necessarily stop them playing how they want to play, but just making them sort of fall into the trap of playing Alfreton's game, and absolutely anything can happen.
Lundy long throw. It's an interesting option for Henley to just basically pass it out for a throw-in. It seems like the last thing you'd want to do against us.
Throwing, headed away to the edge of the area. Waldock trying to knock it back in there, but it's going to run out for a goal kick.
Yeah, Waldock looped it up into space well there, but no runners round the back post to get on that. He'll be hoping to recreate his game bar for bar from last Saturday if he could, because he was immense. He got his man of the match. Definitely.
I think even outside of his great goal, he was one of the better performers on the pitch anyway. But I think it would be difficult to knock anybody's performance from that match. Max Hunt heads the ball forwards from the back line and wins his side of throw just inside the Chorley half. Lundy thought about taking it quickly, but he hesitates. As the fourth official, I think, just reminds him not to buy as many yards as he normally does from these throws. It goes down the line towards Day. Taken down, and he's brought down just outside the area, and it will be a free kick in a promising position for Alfreton.
Yeah, he doesn't go down easy, Day. It hits him, he's pinned his marker.
I think he's used his body well.
Down, and yeah, they've just kind of used a bit too much hands, and he's been brought down. Free kick right kind of on the corner of the far side of the box. Yeah,
one that I think it's going to be maybe a toss-up between sticking it up, hanging it up to the back post, or sticking it on the goalkeeper.
I think he just wants to float this into the area. I think we've got, the utility. You've got Lundy, you've got Day, you've got Hunt in there, who are massive, massive bodies, big heads as well.
There we go. Whitehouse goes low into the area, and it's going to fall to Dwayne Wiley, who gets the shot away, blocked by the Chorley man and out for a corner. And that was Scott Wilson getting in the way there to prevent Dwayne Wiley from finding the net, but he did quite the opposite of what we thought he would do from that free kick, Billy Whitehouse. He went low along the ground, and there was an initial block that didn't quite get the ball completely clear. Skipper Wiley followed in with his shot out for a corner, which
this is different, by the way. Look,
Whitehouse will take.
Up on the edge. No one looping round.
There we go. Lundy has looped round to the back post. Max Hunt gets there. The ball is in the net, but Billy Fewster, despite wheeling away in celebration briefly, has his goal ruled out for a foul on the goalkeeper.
Yeah, I think that was Hunt, basically. I think he was giving his man a massage in front of him. He was gripped tight on his shoulders, keeping him down. He's leaning over the top of him. He heads it across box. Fewster does excellently well to kind of turn it into the back of the net, but I think all day long, Hunt's used too much of his hands there to impede the defender and head it back across the area.
I think, as you pointed out, though, it is interesting that a slightly different kind of organisation from that corner from Alfreton. It wasn't the usual just having Adam Lund peel around to the back post. We had Hunt in that area as well, who ended up winning the header. So that's possibly a promising sign, because, as you said, the ball ended up in the back of the net, just unfortunately ruled out for a foul. But if we can see more of that from the set pieces, then who knows? Looks like Alfreton might have had an early chance missed, I think.
Hewitt bringing it down on the left-hand side up against Liam Waldock. He grains the yard and puts it in with his left foot, but right into the 6-yard area and into the hands of George Willis. But it was well worked. It was, I think, Mamadou Touré who kind of kept tracking the ball back in. men on his back. Claxton chased him all the way and he played that pass backwards. And obviously with him being dragged out of position, the space was out on the left-hand side. Chorley clipped it there quickly, didn't give him a chance to get back in, and there was space and the cross went in, and on another day that could have caused some issues.
Yeah, it's one of those, it's trying to sort of, you can imagine he was trying to just sort of get it into the kind of corridor between the back line and the goalkeeper for somebody to run onto, but as you say, run straight through to George Willis. Chorley trying to go the direct route here towards the number 10, Tom Carr. He's battling up against Newell and Wiley, and eventually it's a free kick for the Reds as Newell goes down under his challenge.
Yeah, I think he just kind of caught his ankles and...
Yeah, tumbled over.
Yeah, there might not be too much in it, but as a defender, you're facing the wrong way. You're facing towards your own goal. You've got an attacker on your back. You feel your ankles clip, you're going straight to the ground.
Yeah. One of those textbook free kicks. With George Willis just on the edge of his area. Sends it long. Over on the left-hand side, it looks like it will run through to the keeper, but Whitehouse giving him something to think about, and he's got there first, brought down. He stays on his feet, though, to try and clip it into the area. It's just evaded everyone. Waldock keeps it back in. The linesman's flag goes up. I don't know if that's for the ball running out. I just about couldn't see.
I think it's run out for a goal kick.
But there we go. It looked like the ball was initially just going to go straight through to Matt Irwin, but Billy Whitehouse did not give up on it. Got there first, and I think thought about going down and trying to win the set piece, but I think he identified that there was still the players in the box to make a chance, and unfortunately his cross didn't quite find the right area. Waldock doing his best to keep it in play, but just about rolled out.
If I'm being totally honest, I thought he used his hand to control it after he went down, to be honest. It looked like he just kind of kept the ball in with his hand and then got his body behind it. Hunt doing really well to win that, and a clever chest touch from Jake Day.
Bit of improvisation as he wins himself a throw.
Still love his boots.
He'll be a Claxton throw, I think. Just inside the Alfreton half. Clackey making it clear that he wants Jake to be ready for the throw, and it does go to him, flicked on.
Just kind of bobbles over the foot of Lund, but Chorley give it straight to Hunt.
Claxton trying to find the area. It's headed away by the Chorley backline. Mark Ellis dealing with that one. Max Hunt denying Mo Toure the chance to go down the line, and I think that ball was one of the closer ones we've had to go into the gantry, although it did sound like it broke a lot of things on its way up here. It's quite impressive. I think you might have had to bring that one down on your side. You wouldn't have been able to chest that one down.
No, I would have moved you out the way, honestly. you were getting 50-50 for that ball.
Getting a body check.
If the ball comes up here and anyone gets in the way, they're getting body checked. I'm bringing it down.
Chorley's throw down the line, headed out by Max Hunt, just to give them a throw in a slightly more advanced position. So it'll be a chance for them to test the Alfreton back line, depending on if they go for the long route, and I think they might do. We're seeing Mark Ellis and Harvey Smith take up advanced positions inside the box, which eludes that they're going to go long. Hewitt providing the short option. But into the box it goes. The referee gives a free kick to Alfreton immediately.
Yeah,
I think there was
just a push in his back.
Bit of pulling and shoving. Mark Ellis not happy about it, but free kick.
It's like see it's slowly moving me off the screen.
Sorry, mate. It's because I've just moved away from the
hole,
the chasm that's in the in the gantry here. I'm trying not to fall down it. There we go. Another deep free kick for Willis to take. Jake Day raises his arm. And up it goes towards the number 9. Flicked on brilliantly. Fuster keeps it in play. They can't maintain possession as Chorley look to go up to their 2-man attack. Lundy heading it backwards. Bit of head tennis in the centre of the pitch, but Jake Day brings it down brilliantly. Waldock manages to get it over towards Whitehouse, but the referee correctly pulling it back after initially playing the advantage. Jake Day bringing the ball down. Thank you, mate. Jake Day bringing the ball down and beating a man with his feet. Thanks for the score update. Braintree are beating Forest Green. I'm very happy about that.
A great turn from Jake Day, though. Man on his back, found the gap, turned through, just kind of got brought down. Waldock took over, tried to play the ball out wide because he had nothing really kind of straight in front of him. But the referee did well to pull it back as well. Good refereeing.
So another chance for Alfreton to get the ball into the box. It's Fuster to take this time. It's clipped. Headed forward by Hunt, goalwards.
Simple.
But not a difficult save for Matt Irwin to make.
And I'm noticing Fuster's changed his boots, and I still love them. Love them, lovely boots.
We're back on boot watch.
I love boot watches. I think it's my favourite thing. Neil's changed his as well, but he doesn't. I think they're the same as Willis's. So you don't really pull them off.
Doesn't match the kit though, does it?
Yeah, if Willis's match the kit.
Nathan Newell looks to go down the line. Good area to pick the ball out if that stays in play, and it's just bounced over the line. Out for a Chorley throw in their own half.
We'll have a quick gander at the Premier League results.
Go on then, we'll have a look at the scores around the grounds whilst we wait for this throw to be taken.
Fulham Aston Villa 1-1. Morgan Rogers, Starboy, scores.
Love that.
Southampton are beating Leicester, Cameron Archer.
Chorley's throw goes down the line towards Toure, but Wiley heads it clear. Alfreton now with a throw of their own just inside their own half. It's going to be one for Lundy to take. I think it's always interesting when you see Adam Lund not taking a throw-in, but I think Claxton's got that throw that's just about long enough to sort of justify him taking those ones that go down the line. But
yeah, because you're dragging Lundy right out of midfield.
Yeah, and it's, I mean, you don't want to be dragging Claxton on that side either, so it makes sense for him to take the ones on the left. And I think he prefers, well, he might prefer it from this side, to be fair, because he's got
gained about 5 yards there, by the way.
He's got the ad boards that he can move on the right-hand side. Doesn't have that luxury over there on the left, but Adam Lund lining up a throw just beyond the visitors' dugout. And into the box it goes, towards Day. Chorley get the first touch on it, and eventually out of the box. Nathan Newell given some work to do as he deals with the ball well and plays it back to Willis. And forward it comes from Willis again as Jake Day.
Definitely onside.
Onside and found space on the left-hand side. Tries to get it in the box first time. Blocked by the Chorley man, but wins a corner. Probably all you can ask of him in that position.
Yeah, great work from Jake Day. Runs back and gets himself on that. He's screaming. I can hear him from up here. Screaming for Willis to switch the ball out to him. Willis clocks him.
Great ball as well.
First time, yeah, picks it out right into that space in behind. Jake Day runs into it. Left foot, first time cross across the area before it runs away from him. And he wins a corner, and you can't ask to do much more there.
No, I think because you'd normally
they've got a bit of a love train going on.
There we go, the classic. Wiley, Hunt, Lundy and Day.
Lundy goes front, headed back, take another corner. We do
take that.
The only team, little love train for the corners.
That's a classic, isn't it? The little four-man set up on the edge, although we've abandoned it straight away here.
Yeah, I think the first time we had 4 men set up on the edge and everyone kind of went somewhere different. Now we've got
all the usual suspects inside the 6-yard box.
Crowding the goalkeeper.
In it comes from Whitehouse. Headed away by Chorley, but it's going to go back out to the number 7 in red. Whitehouse twisting and turning as he gets the ball in on his right foot. Headed away by Chorley. It's only going to reach Adam Lund, though, as Alfreton looks to recycle the ball. Whitehouse goes to Cantrell. It's a nice ball. Tries to get it in on his left foot, but it's some good defending from the Chorley backline, who now look to break themselves. Though Whitehouse gets in the way of that clearance, but eventually it is away.
Carr flicks it on well, Claxton on his back. Newell intercepts the running ball before Toure can get there.
A little bit of a scare there as Chorley almost broke away on the counter.
Yeah, that's a foul. Just using his body, the Chorley defender kind of bent down. He goes in on his off balance, kind of on his neck.
Yeah, I think Scott Wilson it is that's staying down after that challenge from Fuster. Referee tells the physio to wait or not to bother, I think, because he's going to get back to his feet.
I'm going to take this hat off. It's too warm. I'm sorry. I've got to do it.
It's all right. I'll represent until half time or until my ears start hurting. I think the deep Chorley free kick will be taken by the captain, Irwin. Doesn't look like they've got a particular side they want to pick out. Maybe the right. I think there's a few more players over on that side now. As Irwin goes towards that right-hand side, headed away initially by Hunt. Hewitt, though, keeping the ball. Clark goes back to Hewitt on the left as he cuts inside onto his right foot, crosses the ball into the box. Headed away by Hunt initially. He's going to run all the way back through to Irwin. Chorley looked to reset. And long it goes from the keeper. Away by Hunt. I think I'm going to be saying that a few times today.
We say it every week. Every week.
Every 5 minutes.
Ball goes long, Hunt heads away. Right up there with Adam Lund throws it long.
The two trademark quotes that you just know are going to be said.
George Willis goes diagonally long.
Yeah, or that.
He's looking for Jake or David's head. One of the two.
Chorley, though, with a throw themselves on the far side from our perspective, over on the right. And we did see from their previous throw that they kind of went direct into the box, and we're going to see the two centre-backs lining up inside the area once again. So possibly a similar routine as Jake Day drops back into the box to provide some defensive cover. The throw goes into the box, but not too far, and despite the best efforts for the set piece to be kept alive, it's straight out for a goal kick. I think that's Harvey Smith claiming that he was pulled down as he tried to sort of flick that over his head. I don't think the referee's going to listen to any of those appeals. I think that he knew that that was all he could really try to do in that situation. He's leaning backwards. He's just going to try and hook it over himself. But out for a goal kick it went. As Willis sent it long. The Chorley man down in the air around the halfway line, but Alfreton play on. He's back to his feet. Fuster and Claxon exchange a 1-2 before Clacky goes long into the area. That's a simple one for Matt Irwin to claim.
He just hangs it up into his hands. It was a good bit of interplay. Waldock picking it up. He could have gone straight out to Fuster, but played it a bit safer, went to Clacky, the 1-2, and just the ball into the area, looking for Jake Day, but a bit overhit.
So Irwin goes long, it's brought down by Torre, but Waldock steps into steal. Fuster does his best to keep possession. Waldock was out wide wanting it, but Chorley doing well to keep the ball here as they eventually beat the press. Auerburn trying to go out to the right-hand side, but Wiley steps up to make the interception. Plays a 1-2 with Whitehouse before the latter goes long. Jake Day trying to bring it down, and he does so excellently. Goes down himself. The referee, again, had a look to see if the play was going to continue running on, but it didn't. And so he brought the play back for a free kick straight away.
I think that ball was a couple inches lower, and Waldock chests that down and plays up to Billy Fuster. And Alfreton are in a really promising attacking position, but just went over Waldock's head through it with Chorley man, and the referee correctly pulls it back. But once again, great work from Jake Day just to pin his defender, chest that ball down, and then get to the second ball as well, because when you're kind of leaning back and the ball goes the other way, to shift your weight forward. And then
yeah, the momentum's against you.
Yeah, he does really, really well to keep possession and win a free kick.
There we go, Willis prepares to take. Comes over to the right-hand side towards Hunt. He's going to drop, nearly dropped for Billy Fuster right at the back post as he peeled away from his man, but it has eventually run out all the way for a goal kick to Chorley. Promising delivery, though. I think if that was if Hunt had, he was, for a man of his size, I think if he's not going to get onto the end of it, then maybe not the best chance in the world of it ending up in the back of the net. But Fuster tried to just gamble on it at the back post, but unluckily run all the way out for a goal kick. It's gone long. Over towards Nathan Newell's side, who tries to knock it down into space for Whitehouse, who goes in firmly on Adam Henley.
It's actually a bit of a flare touch by Nathan Newell, by the looks of it.
Ball back in play, though, as the two teams contest for it in the middle. Day chests it down and goes out wide to Whitehouse. Checks back and goes to Nathan Newell. He's going to use Willis. He's being pressed by Toure. Willis goes long on his left foot. Intercepted by Chorley. Not the situation that you want to end up being in, and eventually Alfreton concede a free kick.
Yeah, Newell and Lund between them, just bringing down Carr. He looked to kind of, as Chorley nicked the ball in midfield, ball fell to Carr. He turns Newell on his back, and he was already probably close to giving away a free kick, and Lundy came in and finished it off for him.
Yeah, I think the press there from Toure, just forcing Willis onto his unfavoured left foot, making him go long there. Chorley make the interception, and then within about 5 seconds of that have won themselves a free kick. And it's sent into the box, sort of towards the back post area, but no worries at all for George Willis there. He brings that one down pretty routinely.
Yep. Nice to see after the end of last week's game.
Gave us a few heart attacks.
Give me grey eyes last week.
Willis looking for Day on the left-hand side. Good turn from Cantrell to get away from his man. He goes down under the challenge, but referee waves play on, and Chorley could break here. It's Toure. Hunt thought about diving in, but stayed on his feet.
Yeah, I think he could have as well.
Though Chorley pull it back inside the area. The shot comes in. Willis makes the initial save, and then the linesman's flag is raised for offside. It was Adam Henley in the end, sort of underlapping from the right-hand side and finding a space just inside the box. He got his shot away. Willis made a simple save. It's kind of at the centre of the goal, and then on the follow-up, the linesman's flag was raised for offside.
Yeah, I think Hunt could have dived in and took the ball. It
I was going to say hesitated, didn't he?
Yeah, more Toure's touch just kind of got away from him. It was a yard, and if he stepped, he would have definitely, I think, at least cleared the ball away or slowed down the attack, but he decided to stay, and then when he had to step up, just kind of got knocked around him. So it's one of them, just a kind of lapse in judgment. But
I think he was possibly more concerned about the fact that Toure, I mean, we've seen so far, quite quick with his feet. If he did just sort of nick there first and get the touch around him, then he'd very easily go down and win the free kick. As Billy Fuster has the ball on the right-hand side and wins himself a throw. A smart goal kick from Willis, sort of had the whole team lined up on the left. Fuster ran away onto the right-hand side into some space and brought it down. Won himself a throw-in. As Claxton takes a sip of someone's water that probably isn't his, but Adam Lund sets himself up now. Adboard shifted out the way just to buy an extra yard or so. Lundy now striding forward, but goes short to Whitehouse. Goes back to Lundy, who hooks it into the box, but it's a simple one for the keeper to claim. I'll let you get annoyed at the fact that it didn't go into the area.
it's just silently raging.
I think
It works when we go into the area. I don't
it's
see this vision
just a case of changing it up sometimes. I mean, we've seen it work when we've gone short before.
once.
That 1-0, the goal to make it 1-0 against Biggleswade, going short to Newell, and then his cross finding Fuster at the back post, showing why I think the short throw-ins are still being utilised here. But
I just think we get so many more goals from going long.
there you go. We'll have to see if there's a statistic there. There won't be. There will not be. As Lundy goes along from this throw in his own half up towards Whitehouse, tries to bring it down. Chorley clear the ball. Back forward by Lund. Ellis and Wiley with a 1-2. And ball just staying in the air. Not going to be brought down by anybody just yet. Claxton and Ellis exchanging headers between them. Baldock finally gets the ball onto the floor. It's Fuster now on the right-hand side, looking to get past his man. Gets across into the area, but it's just out for a goal kick. The Baldock down on the edge of the area. I think he felt that he was fouled.
No one in the area either.
No, I think it's just a case of if he doesn't get the ball away, get the ball into the box, then you'd be criticising him, but Fuster getting his head down, running at his man, getting past Scott Wilson and putting the ball in, but unfortunately didn't quite get the connection he wanted. It's rolled out for a goal kick. Owen sends it long, headed away by Wiley. And Jake Day doing his best to bring it down. Waldock stepping up to intercept, and he's one-on-one here. Liam Waldock with a chance to make it 1-0, and it goes wide. Liam Waldock, that is a huge chance.
You have to take that chance. I'm sorry, but you have to make it 1-0 there. I mean, it could not be any better for him. He's broke away, he's through one-on-one, he's got space, he still had a bit of time, he took it early. I think that is the right decision, by the way.
Yeah.
When the keeper's still coming out to take it early, that's the best time to take it, to a off footing. But he's just he's gone to bury it in the top corner, and all he has to do is just find a way to get it past the keeper before anything hit the target and hit it true. And he's kind of just got to side foot it in the top corner, and it's a massive, massive waste. And I think the Liam Waldock that we saw last Saturday would have buried that the way he was playing. He's been a bit isolated today. He's not been in the game too much, and that was a chance for him to make a mark, and he has just squandered it.
Yeah, you can see he's not happy with himself. I think he knows as much as anyone that ball needs to end up in the back of the net. I mean, it was some good press from Waldock to win it back initially, as Jake Day obviously tried to bring it down, and then Chorley thought they could get it clear. Waldock stepped in, and it broke kindly for him. And, as you say, completely one-on-one. The keeper's made himself big. The keeper's done his best, but he's got to hit the target.
He shouldn't have a chance.
But there we go. Alfreton Town, a massive chance, goes amiss in the first half.
He'll kick himself, though. He knows he should have done better.
But he's got to keep his head up, keep going. God, it's bad news all round.
This half-time country is going to be like someone's died.
Well, I've not checked our score for a while, so I'll be the lone happy one.
Just ball comes over the top. They can't quite get a touch on it, but it looked like it was going to bounce through for Fewster, and it was just kind of travelling a bit too quick for Fewster to latch onto the end of it, and it runs out for a goal kick. I've only just realised you can adjust the headsets to make them tighter.
Oh, really?
This is great news.
Owen sends his goal kick up towards Toure, but Hunt heads it, would you believe? Alfreton go long themselves, but Ellis happy to let that one run all the way through to his captain. Owen keeping the ball at his feet. I think he knows he can pick it up when he wants to. And he does so, and I think that was a pretty lazy attempt at winning a free kick. I mean, we don't want to be harsh on the opposition, but I don't think the referee's going to be interested in that one at all. So Owen sort of threw the ball out to his fullback, and Jake Day was within the sort of same postcode as him, and that was enough for him to go down. But Chorley win themselves a free kick inside the Alfreton half, a chance for them to get the ball into the box and make something happen. Warren Clark standing over it for the visitors. I was going to say they had a free kick in this area earlier today, and it kind of just was hung up to the back post, but with sort of no pressure on George Willis. He was fine to just claim that one, but this ball into a similar area, but headed back across the face of goal. And Chorley win themselves a corner. It was a much better set piece from that area than we saw previously.
Yeah, headed back across, and I think it was Calvley who was there, and he kind of jumped up to kind of do a scissor kick action, but then kind of decided this isn't going to work, and didn't do it either. And he just jumped, and then it was cleared away.
But there we go. They've won themselves a corner, which from that position you've got to be pleased with. It's sent into the area low. Claxton beats it away at the near post, but straight out for another corner. New ball is required.
He'd have been good at football rounders, Claxton, with that kick.
When he stepped up in PE, I think everybody walked backwards.
Yeah, it's like that one guy who just kept putting it over the fence. The left footer, because they've set it up for a right footer.
There we go. This second corner is delivered. There's a man down in the area. Referee not interested in the appeals. And Alfreton get it clear up towards Whitehouse. Great touch on his chest to bring it down. Lays it back for Newell, who tries to go up towards Waldock.
The ball's still in. And
I was going to say, it stayed in for much longer than it looked like it was going to, but eventually runs out for a deep Chorley throw.
Yeah, throwing deep in their own half, Charlie. Alfreton. Well, I think this is a position where you've got to pin your opponent in, but it's not our style.
There we go. The referee just having a quick word with the number 4 for the visitors, Scott Wilson, after the initial corner was taken. He was having a word with the referee, sort of gesturing that his shirt was being pulled, and then the second corner came in and a man went down. I wouldn't be surprised if it was the number 4, because I think he was trying to make it clear to the referee to keep his eye on him. But there we go. No booking dish now, just a talking to, and we're back underway. Waldock going down under the challenge of the number 8, Michael Calvary, but then getting back up and making a foul on his midfield opponent today. I think he knew that he was not going to win the free kick as soon as he went down. He got straight back up, tried to make amends, but eventually committed a foul, conceded the free kick. I think he's not going to be best pleased with his first half performance, Liam Waldock.
No,
which is such a contrast from last Saturday.
He was electric last Saturday, but you can't be in the game like that every week. Everything fell
No,
for
that's
him.
very true.
And this is a different game, and ball just bouncing through towards Toure.
As I looked like for a moment, it was, if that had not kind of had that spin on it and it dropped for him maybe 2 yards earlier, he could have snapped a shot away or got the ball back across the face of goal. But a grateful George Willis will take this goal kick.
Just past the half-hour point, we'll be feeling aggrieved to not go in 1-0 up at half-time after that Waldock chance.
Yeah, it's a fair assessment, I think. Obviously, we have had the ball in the back of the net as well from that corner routine where Max Hunt headed it back across. Fuster got the touch to knock it over the line, but the linesman's flag was up straight away as soon as Max Hunt put too much of his hands on his man. It was ruled to be a foul. Alfreton, though, coming down the left-hand side through Whitehouse.
Does well to win a corner.
Winning a corner.
Yeah, fast footwork, little step over, drop of the shoulder. Got himself to the line and just kind of kicked it off the Chorley defender. Won a corner. Can't ask him to do much more there as Claxton once again goes for a drink.
Relishing the fact that he's the one man that stays on the halfway line from these corners. It's going to be Whitehouse to take the corner on the far side. And it goes towards Hunt, but the goalkeeper gets a punch to it. Gets a fist to it, sorry, and punches it away. It just about runs out.
Is it that's out for another corner?
I think it's a corner, yeah. It's just on the other side of the flag. And it'll be Whitehouse to take again. I'm going to say the only other sort of contender for taking these set pieces is Billy Fuster. We've not seen him over the corners just yet today. He's taken up a spot in the area. As Whitehouse sets the ball down, the referee asks for him to wait.
I've always been quite impressed by Billy Fuster's athleticism, the way he can jump high and run fast, use his body. He's kind of slowly becoming an all-rounder as he becomes a man.
There we go. The referee's having a quick word with Mo Toure and Dwayne Wiley. No cards dished out this time either, but I think a stern word for the pair of them as they're marking each other on this set piece. Whitehouse will now take the corner. It's headed away at the near post, and he lets that one run out for a throw.
It's a shocking corner.
Not his best. I think the first one was much better, but I think we've seen from his deliveries, that one aside, have been worthy of him to keep his place on those corners so far. So Adam Lund moves the advertisement board and has walked out of our eye line. He's got that much of a run up. In it goes to the centre of the box. It's headed by Jake Day. Chorley get a block in. Ball still bouncing around in the area. Cantrell trying to do his best to keep it alive. It's back with Whitehouse on the right-hand side, though. He's got Adam Lund behind him. And he will lay it off. Tries to snap the cross in and it's out for another Alfreton throw. I think he wanted that to be one that he could just knock back in first time. Kind of had to take the touch, and then from that position, all he can really do is just bounce it off of the Chorley man and win another throw. But from pretty much the exact same spot. He's just kicked the ad board a little bit further out of the way before taking this one. In it goes. But one for Irwin to easily claim to his chest, and he'll look to go long quickly as Chorley think about the counter-attack towards Hewitt, but it runs all the way out for a throw.
Clacky taking the throw in. It's right down where we can't see.
Yeah, unfortunately. It's back forward by Ellis. Hunt responding with a clearance of his own. It's going to drop for Whitehouse, who knocks it out to Nathan Newell in some space. He had the run of Cantrell down the line. And it's bounced on the line once again. I think he's twice that he's done that now, where he's kind of, the ball's been sent down the line. It looks like it's going to go out straight away, but somehow it stays in for much longer than it looks like it's going to. Chorley will have a deep throw, though, for themselves. Throw sent forward, headed out for by Whitehouse for another Chorley throw. I think sort of since that kind of Waldock chance, it feels like the game's petered out just a little bit. I mean, we had that succession of corners and a couple of throw-ins, but outside of that, there's really not been much action inside either box for quite a while now. But I think this is the sort of, obviously it is the kind of period in the game where you can get caught out. And hopefully that won't be the case here, but it's also a sort of area in the game that I think Alfreton are so good at when it's very sort of 50-50. Not end-to-end, but both teams contesting it. The discipline that's always on display tends to sort of be something that Alfreton can deal with really well.
Yeah.
Adam Lund thought about the quick throw-in for Fewster there, but
I'd have punched him.
will get a chance to send the ball into the area as he moves another ad board out the way. And the companies that pay for that won't be too bothered.
As long as we score.
As long as we score, well, that might get in the pictures then. Adam Lund lining it up, dries it on the scarf. Headed away initially by Chorley, but Whitehouse sends it back out to Lund. He goes back to Newell. He's not going to want that to be crossed on his right foot, so he goes back to Claxton. Sent diagonally up towards Hunt. Headed away by Chorley out for another throw for the Reds.
Yeah, just pinning Chorley in their own area, slowly shipping away, hoping for a mistake that'll result in a big chance. One already came for Waldock, and he didn't capitalise on it, but something more. Something more is needed. Just that clear-cut chance.
Adam Lund's throw sent into the box on the left-hand side. It's going to bounce in the box unbelievably, but the goalkeeper
just missing the head of Jake there. I thought he was going to get something on that, and he just missed it, and it bounced up into the hands of Irwin. Yeah,
he reacted quickly to be the first one to respond to that. Grabbed the ball with both hands. He sends it up towards Clark. He tries to head it inside towards Carr, but Nathan Newell getting it clear. Jake Day beating Mark Ellis to that header, but is then later penalised. The referee thought about it. Appeals for an elbow from Jake Day. I think he kind of went up. It's one of those again where you're jumping, your arms are going to be raised. But Mark Ellis staying down on the ground.
He's a big lad, Jake. If you've got him jumping into the side of you, it's going to hurt. But I didn't think it was a foul. He went to play the ball.
And he did. He played the ball. He won the header. Trying to play Fuster through. Ellis back to his feet now. Looks okay to continue. And the referee not interested in speaking to Jake Day, so play will be resumed. Owen goes long towards Torre, but Hunt gets it clear. Sent back forwards towards Torre, who knocks it down. Jake Day trying to turn on it and play it out to Fuster.
If it stays in, and it's going to as well.
It's a great ball from Jake Day. Fuster keeps himself onside, tries to chop in, but Wilson makes the tackle. Cleverly wins a goal kick. But yeah, that was a nice, very nice sort of roll and passing through from Jake Day. Yeah. Kind of fizzed into him. He got it out of his feet.
Very nice.
Got it round the corner.
Almost like the weather today.
But yeah,
it's glorious.
Actually,
I think it's the first time I've donned a T-shirt on the live stream.
It might be.
Mainly because I didn't know if you were allowed weapons on YouTube.
Brilliant. Get out. Get off the stream. Can we put you on a 30-minute timeout? Well, we've actually not had any score requests in the chat today. Obviously, not being the FA Cup, nobody's interested. Nobody's got a bet on.
We might get a couple of DMs on Instagram later.
Yeah, possibly. We'll keep an eye out. Owen sending the ball forwards for Chorley. Hunt getting it clear. I might just stop saying that. I'm going to sort of run out.
It's happened again.
Run out of iterations, to sort of ways to say that Max Hunt has cleared the ball with his head.
They might put it in the thesaurus, that whole phrase at this point.
Chorley looked to go long from the flank. Wiley can't quite get to it. It's going to cause a problem. Referees pulled it back for an offside, though. I think that was kind of the desired effect from that long ball. It made the Alfreton back line
sweat.
Yeah, Dwayne Wiley kind of stepped up to try and make the interception. It bounced away from him, and then the ball stabbed into a dangerous area, but by a man in an offside position. I think Claxton was going to look to kind of either nod it back to Willis or just hack it clear himself, but thankfully he wasn't having to deal with that as the free kick was given, as Claxton knocks it inside to Fuster, tries to go to Waldock, but he doesn't get the all the way through to him.
I don't think that was our throwing, by the way.
I was going to say, it looked like Fuster just sort of didn't get the desired connection, but
it referee looks like he passed it straight out, but yeah, the assistant linesman on that side
must have taken a deflection. He'll have a better view of it than us.
Yeah.
Adam Lund lines up a throw in that space that he's made for himself between the advertisement boards.
He's in the stand.
It goes into the area. Jake Day getting something on it, but Ellis able to clear.
Out, panic.
Lund keeping the press on, though, as he looks to cross from the byline. Jake Day just evaded. The goalkeeper makes the claim. I was going to say he sort of hung it up in the area just above Jake Day, but
he was leaning back.
Yeah.
He kind of hit his thigh and looked like it was just going to trickle through to a defender. He couldn't shift his body weight.
And Chorley eventually grateful to have the ball back in their skipper's hands.
Yeah, I think we'll be seeing in the added time board go up any minute.
Hunt up against Toure.
Oh, he's bought it.
Gives away the foul. It's always going to happen, though, isn't it? Toure sort of got the ball out of his feet, passed it on. Then Max Hunt getting a little bit too cosy. He wins himself the free kick. Looks like it might be Hewitt, the number 19, to take. Sort of just to off the centre to the left. But about 30 yards out. Hewitt ready to knock it into the box. I think they've got the options lining up at the back post. That's where it will go. Wiley gets the first contact. And Jake Day furthers the clearance up to Whitehouse.
Oh, great.
Cleverly dummied for Nathan Newell to run onto, but
Nathan Newell just
kind
of emoted before touching the ball for some reason.
I think Warren Clark got there first. If he hadn't, that was a very, very clever sort of leave from Billy Whitehouse. But Chorley looks to come back forward through Clark, and Adam Lund.
Mandatory yellow card for Adam Lund.
Is, makes the foul, and very swiftly dished out yellow card by the referee.
Yeah,
that was immediately out of his pocket.
It was a cynical foul. It's like the new ones on. Oh, boards up. What's that? 1 minute. But yeah, it's like one of them new fouls you can do on FIFA where you just kind of...
The deliberate foul.
Bring someone down because they were in a promising position. He's kind of just nudged him in his side, took him down. There was no attempt to play the ball. I don't even think the ball was there to be won, to be honest. No. The touch had kind of gone past him and he just...
I think he might have been hoping that just because it's his first foul, he might get away with no booking. But an improvised header there from the Chorley man following the free kick, but it goes just wide of the post. And just as we come to the end of the first half, George Willis takes his time over the goal kick. Jake Day gave him a little message just before he came back up the pitch. Probably, I'm assuming, about where he wants the goal kick to be sent. The referee might blow the whistle as the goal kick's taken. I think we might see one more passage of play in this first half as Willis goes long up towards Day. Wilson gets it clear, and that will be it for the first 45. Goalless. Ball has been in the back of the net for the Reds. Fuster getting his head on it, following a corner, but the referee ruled it out pretty quickly. And outside of that, there's not been a great deal. I mean, the Liam Warlock chance stands out. There's not been a great deal for either goalkeeper to really deal with.
No one's been tested.
No. But there we go. 0-0 at the break. We will catch you for the second 45.
As we take our break for 15 minutes. So thank you everyone for tuning in for the first half of this watch along, and we will see you for the second half when the boys come back out.
15 minutes. There we go. We are back for the second half of Alfreton versus Chorley. The Reds are back out onto the pitch. Chorley, not just yet, but they're making their way out of the tunnel as we speak for the second 45. Doesn't look like there's been any changes for the Reds at the break. We'll obviously look at the Chorley side as well, just to make sure, as the keeper leads them back out. We'll keep our fingers crossed for a slightly more lively second half than we've seen from the first 45. We obviously saw Liam Waldock missing that big chance. Billy Fuster having the ball in the net but seeing it ruled out. And then outside of that, not too much for either goalkeeper to deal with. I mean, I think the Chorley keeper, Irwin, he's had a few a few chances where he's had to kind of come out and make a claim, you know, the throw-ins and the corners that have caused him enough of a problem where he's, you know, probably had to briefly think about it, but he's not really been forced into a proper save yet. Same for Willis.
No one saved a shot on target.
Yeah. But we'll, as the game goes on, Alfreton will look to frustrate the opposition and see, as I think the line that you used a few weeks ago, if there's going to be any cracks in the opposition, and that's going to be the way I think the game might head. But we're almost back underway here. Chorley to take the second half kickoff towards the Alfreton fans. Obviously the coin toss meant that the ends were swapped before kickoff, and we are back underway for the second half. Chorley looking to go direct down the left-hand side, and it goes out for a throw-in. I know we'd see it eventually. We didn't get it straight away, but there's the classic. Claxton to send it down the line. Looking for Day, but Wilson gets his head to it and it impedes his own teammate. So Alfreton could break here. Waldock lays it off to Whitehouse. Jake Day wants it on that far side. Whitehouse tries to prod it through with the outside of his foot to Waldock. Keeps it in play. Goes back to Whitehouse on the line. Goes back to Dwayne Wiley. Tries to fire it into the area, but he doesn't quite connect as he wished. Nathan Newell, though, stepping in to make a great tackle. Jake Day waiting in the area. The ball goes in. It's headed away by Mark Ellis. Promising start, though, to the second half for Alfreton.
Yeah, as the Chorley player sits down in the box, requests a little break.
I think that's...
We just had one, mate.
I was going to say, I think that's... I wouldn't be surprised if that's Ellis who went down in the first half. Although, no, I think he stood up next to him. Yeah, it's Wilson who felt the full force of Jake Day earlier on. He is back on his feet, though. As Alfreton will take the throw. On the left-hand side, through Adam Lund. It's just outside of our vision as the gantry kind of blocks it off.
Don't
but
worry,
we'll see.
He has moved the advertising board.
I don't think that was ever in doubt. The referee making sure he takes it where... Making sure Adam Lund takes it from where exactly he wants him to. There we go, he's waved on. Whitehouse peels around the front. The ball goes into the area. Headed up, but not quite away. Whitehouse getting it back into the box. Chorley stabbing at it to try and get it clear. Whitehouse taking it back into the area, but Torre covering. And eventually winning his team a goal kick.
Tell you what, if you're a 0-0 enthusiast, come to the Impact Arena. You will not be disappointed.
You will not be disappointed. Obviously, we had the one against Hereford not too long ago. And I think that was a pretty...
Literally our last league game.
Yeah, but I think that's a pretty low kind of... As far as 0-0s go, that was spectacularly uninspiring for the neutral. Adam Lund wins himself a free kick as he's looked to head it forward. It's the number 8, Michael Cullery, that's gone in too firmly for the referee's liking. It's a free kick for the Reds. Just inside the centre circle, Willis will stride forward to take. And we're seeing Wiley and Hunt head forward over to that right-hand side. Jake Day an option as well, who's suspecting a direct effort over to the right flank from Willis. He takes it. Jake Day goes down immediately.
Holding his head.
Yeah, and the referee is going to have to stop the game. Jake Day still holding his head.
Still holding his head.
I was going to say, yeah, he has at least moved his leg, so we know that he's conscious. I think there would have been a bit more of a panic if that wasn't the case. But sorry, it's actually Dwayne Wiley that's down. Ollie has come on to see to him. So we'll have a little break now. We've seen Adam Anson sent out to warm up.
You excited?
I'm excited. I think he had such a good performance against Spennymoor, coming into the team from the bench, which I think is a much harder thing for him to do than I think some people might recognise. Obviously, he's not prepared to start, not been considered a starter this season.
Mentally not in the game either.
Yeah, but then came into the game, kept a clean sheet, performed really well, won all his duels. So I think it's a situation where if Dwayne Wiley is forced off, you wouldn't be concerned with Adam Anson coming into the team.
No, not at all. But it's kind of similar to last season when you had the three centre halves of Wiley, Diggy, and Briz, and
yeah,
they were all great players. None of them ever came in and looked out of place, but one of them had to sit out every week, and there'd be spells where Billy had kind of changed who he was favoured as his centre-half partnership. He never really settled on one.
Dwayne Wiley he's sat up, but still receiving attention from Ollie, so wouldn't be surprised if we do see Adam Anson introduced. Obviously, you never want to see your captain coming off. It's never ideal. But as we've touched on, Adam Anson, off the back of a brilliant performance on Saturday, maybe unlucky to not start. Certainly wouldn't be a downgrade, him coming into the side. I think Wiley is now being brought back to his feet. And I won't be shocked even if he doesn't come off, I think he'll have to have a spell on the side before coming back onto the field of play. The referee going to restart play with a drop ball.
Yeah, was that
where he blew his whistle. Yeah, and I think he's just going to knock it back to Willis. Wiley is off by the home bench.
I think we'll see Lundy slot in as like a
makeshift
centre half for a little while.
Just to kind of cover that hole left by Wiley, who is coming back up to the halfway line and ready to be waved back on, which is good to see. Newell goes long over to Fusto, tries to flick it back into the middle, but out it goes for a Chorley throw, gives Wiley the chance to get back on. Adam Lund can resume his position. I'm not buzzing now. Hanson's not coming on. My agenda must agenda. Bit of improvisation there from
Someone just tried to fly it in my mouth.
number 5 for Chorley. Harvey Smith kind of crouching down to chest it back to his keeper. And Jake Day making sure that Matt Owen doesn't have a simple route out. Plays a 1-2 with Ellis before eventually going long towards Cart. It's Max Hunt. You know what he did. Chorley still have the ball though. Trying to come forward now on the left-hand side. Hewitt doesn't quite manage to keep it, but Cantrell concedes the throw. I'm going to have to do the same. Hat's hurting my head.
I'll take over for a moment as the ball trickles through to Willis. His hands gives Alfreton the opportunity to step out as Willis will, as usual, go along and look towards Jake Day up top. Actually drills it wide towards Whitehouse net. Bounces up and over him and out for a throw-in, and I believe that's Vaughan back in the room.
Back in the game. No, I think it's
Do you remember that TV show Back in the Room? You know, like the psychic or whatever it was, and they'd like hypnotise him, and then be like, "When I click my fingers, you will be a chicken."
Can you tell it's a boring game?
That was a great show.
It was, to be fair. I mean, I've trusted George Willis to buy me some time there, and I don't think there's a better man to trust to buy you some time when you need it. It's Billy Fuster looking to come forward on the right-hand side. He's tried to lay it off to Claxton, but it's a sloppy pass, and Wilson gets it clear. Claxton intercepts, so it doesn't go the whole way down the line, but still, Chorley earn themselves a throw.
I think one thing, when you look at Alfreton this season, is the defence has been so solid and we're so hard to break down, but the ball's just not falling like it was like last season. We scored so many goals. I believe Chorley are one of the top scoring teams in the league this season, and they've not really had a sniff at Willis, and it's one of them. If you can keep this up all season and scrape your way into playoffs, you're going to be the team to beat because you don't concede goals.
Yeah, and I think that is just so much the case, especially under Billy Heath. For Alfreton for years now, it's just been a case of being that team and having that place that nobody wants to come and play at. As Billy Fuster sends the ball into the box, Whitehouse did his best to bring that one down. Yeah, just surely get it clear.
Riding right on his back, and he's never going to get the touch he needs to set himself.
But yeah, as we were saying, I think it's so much a case of making sure that they're setting up as a team that nobody wants to play against, and naturally that will come with being hard to beat. They sort of go hand in hand, and it's got us some successive playoff finishes, and if we can recreate that again this season, I think it's so much of an achievement to sort of consistently continue to do that and not even have a year where you kind of drop off a little bit or you're kind of off the pace, especially with players coming and going, the nature of non-league football.
To be fair to Alfreton as well, they have one of the kind of smallest player turnovers. We look at
absolutely
the players who've come in. There's a lot of the team is similar to last season. I mean, just off the starting 11 today, as the ball's looped up into the area, just off the starting 11 today, you've got Hunt, Whitehouse, and that's it.
I think so, yeah, from the new...
From kind of... And then the rest of the team is the lads from last season. And then still, on the bench, you've still got Lewis Salmon as well, who was there last season. So there's definitely a sense of familiarity about the Alfreton squad, which you don't get a lot of other clubs at this level. They have a kind of a high turnover rate. Players usually only, have 1 or 2 year contracts. So
yeah, but I think, it speaks volumes. Kind of the likes of, obviously, Claxton with his record number of appearances that he hit last year. Willis as well, I think one of the standout players that, I mean, it's tough to keep hold of these players as well sometimes. I mean, a lot of the things that come into it, the geography of it, kind of depending on where the players live. It's not necessarily a case of just identifying a player and going to pick them up, because
it's not like full-time football.
No,
where
it's so different.
They're not uprooting their lives and moving somewhere else.
No.
They have a life, and this is just football.
But yeah, we're seeing a lot of the team sort of living around Sheffield, so it's not a surprise to kind of you've got to use that to your advantage as a club.
Well, you don't really have any non-league teams at this level from Sheffield.
No, so you've got Sheffield FC, but they're not quite at the level of Alfreton in the pyramid. As Chorley look to go direct into the box, Adam Lund heading away. As Waldock brings it down and looks to play out, but he's forced to turn back into the feet of Newell, who gets it clear himself. It's headed back forward by Clark. Wiley sends it back towards the Chorley back line. Ellis tries to hook it around the corner on his right foot. Newell heading it back. Carl bringing it down though, with the ball at his feet. Goes inside to Culverley. Smith now. Back into the number 8. Chorley happy to keep the ball on the deck. Ellis plays it out to Clark. Go on.
More importantly, Alfreton happy to let Chorley have the ball.
Yeah, it's probably
half.
As they eventually are forced to go long, and who headed it back. Jake Day offloading it to Billy Fuster on the right-hand side. Trying to beat his man. He just can't get past Wilson, though.
I was going to say that's Alfreton corner if he lets it go.
He kept it in play, cleared it down the line, but it's still a throw, which is arguably just as consequential from an opposition perspective. Billy Heath chucks it over to Josh Claxton, who I think will not be ready to take this one as he waits for Adam Lund to walk over.
From this position is an exact recreation of the first goal against Farsley. Lundy long throw in, kind of goes straight into the area.
Jake Day at the front post.
Jake Day just pokes it in, yeah.
There we go, the throw sent into the box. And Matt Owen claims Matty doesn't get his wish. I do think it's rare though that we end up getting a goal on the first contact from those throws anyway. It's normally a lot more reliant on the chaos that it causes following the kind of
like the Kings Lynn
the
goal,
first contact.
The first home game of the season, it was the chaos and it just kind of felt a Fuster who slotted it in.
And it's about being there, being in those positions, reacting quickly. And that can be the difference in a game. Liam Baldock.
That's a cynical foul.
That is the most textbook foul I think you'll see all day.
Where are you going, mate? Come here.
Number 8, Michael Colvery for Chorley is going to be booked for hauling down Liam Waldock on the halfway line. I think he knew that he was going to get away from him and just took the hit, took the yellow card, brought him down. And it'll be Willis to take the long free kick just inside his own half. We've got Max Hunt setting up on the left, Dwayne Wiley on the right-hand side. It goes towards Hunt, heads it goalwards towards the keeper, but the referee
Jake Day leaving a bit in on
quick to give a free kick.
On the centre half, hoping probably the referee wouldn't spot it, but he did. He does that from time to time, though, Day, where he just leaves something in on the man he's challenged for the ball after it's gone, and he doesn't usually get picked up on it, but he has there.
The referee's called over George Cantrell to have a word with both him and Jake Day. He's happy to resume the play now. No cards. Jake Day's not happy. He's visibly shaking his head in disagreement. The free kick is sent long by Matt Owen. Wiley with the initial header away. It's back forward by Chorley, but it's going to drop for Jake Day. Brings it down on his thigh. He's brought down himself. Referee plays advantage. Josh Claxton loses out on the ball, and I think if he'd have lost out on the ball about 2 seconds earlier, Alfreton might have had that free kick. And Liam Waldock doing his best to keep the pressure on and win it back, but it's back with the goalkeeper. Adam Henley inverting with the ball, laying it off to Carr. George Cantrell stepping up to make the tackle.
Never.
And I think it looked like he got the ball from up here. The referee's given the free kick to the response of boos from the Alfreton fans. It was George Auerbury that he kind of sized up just before sticking a foot out, and it sounded like he got the ball more than anything. It looked like it from up here, but the referee has awarded the free kick to Chorley. Much to the dismay of the Alfreton fans. The ball's clipped into the box, headed down by Ellis, but Waldock picks it up on the edge and gets it clear. Whitehouse up against Clark for that one. Can't quite get there though. Henley now on the right-hand side of the fence, sending a diagonal ball up towards Carr. Max Hunt wins the header. Cantrell bringing it down nicely for Fuster. And Claxton sending it down the line to Jake Day. Chests it down in the middle of the park.
He's done that so well all afternoon.
Picks out Billy Fuster on the right. You've got Claxton trying to provide support. He goes alone though, into the box himself. It's bounced off the back of Billy Whitehouse, who keeps possession. Inside to Waldock. Wanted to give it back. He's forced out to Adam Lund on the left, who hooks it in on his right foot. It's headed up in the air by Ellis. Once again by Henley.
Just gonna
let it run for a throw.
Really good passage of play. What's it, Jake Day all afternoon, he's done it just so well, bringing that ball down on his chest and getting something, whether it's a ball out wide or winning a free kick or even that time he turned. He's been fantastic as the throwing goes short, and Newell will clip this in.
Looking for Wiley, who couldn't quite get towards the ball as he wanted to. Claxton sending it back into the area though. Day knows he's offside and leaves it. Cantrell trying to head it down, but Chorley might be able to break here as Hewitt has space on the left. He's got Carr in the middle, Toure arriving, and he's up against Claxton. Checks back onto his right foot, looks to get the shot away. Adam Lund with the block. And Alfreton could counter themselves now as Billy Fewster looks to take the route down the line, but it's a strong challenge from the number 4, Scott Wilson. Clacky resets with George Willis. Goes long on his right foot up towards Jake Day. Ellis heads out for a throw. But yeah, as you say, very nice move from Alfreton about 2 minutes ago. Cantrell brought it down in the centre of the park. Fewster found Jake Day and yeah, brought it down on his chest. Went out wide to the wing. I think Fewster might have preferred if he could have Claxton sort of lay it off to, because, you know, get that first time cross in, the kind of unpredictability of that. And eventually he managed to find Whitehouse with a kind of unconventional touch. I think it's safe to say accidental, on his back, but he kept possession.
There's like a clip of Ronaldo doing the same touch, but he clearly does it on purpose. Great challenge.
Brilliant defending from Max Hunt. Carr was breaking forward up against Wiley and he got away from him. But Max Hunt recovering with a fantastic slide-in challenges. Craig Hewitt takes a great touch and tries to find the ball into the box on his left foot. Dwayne Wiley with a miscued clearance. I think the referee's got his yellow card out for someone. That might be George Cantrell for the earlier challenge over there. It's a customary yellow card for the number 8.
In a corner for the horse. Oh my God, that's a bit of a blunder, isn't it?
Normally, in this time of the game, this in that area, Alfreton is shooting that way.
Yeah.
It would be a corner for us, but unfortunately not.
Corner for the visitors.
We've had a new ball sent down to the corner taker. Looks like it'll be Hewitt to deliver. Right-footed in swinger. And it comes drilled towards the near post. Jake Day gets it clear. They're always dangerous when they're kind of sent with that much power. You've not got the time to kind of set up and react. But Day was there at the near post to head it away. It looks like Chorley have a substitute ready to come on shortly.
Yeah, coming the last kind of 25, 20 minutes now.
Throw sent into the box by Chorley, away by Wiley. Hewitt, though, on the left-hand side. Managed to get past Claxton. Great work on the left. And the header tries to be directed goalwards, but Alfreton get it clear only as far as Whitehouse. He wins himself the throw in the deep area to get us out of jail.
Yeah, still no real efforts testing either goalkeeper.
No.
I think Waldo just applied that clinical edge earlier.
Could be a different story. Well, it would be a different story.
It'd be 1-0.
It'd be 1-0.
First change of the game for the travelling siders.
I was going to say, I think Mo Toure thought he was going to be the one to come off there, but it's actually the number 10, Tom Carr, that's going to be withdrawn for the number 15, Dubem Eze. First change of the afternoon made by the away side. Eze comes on. Looks like he's going to be taking up a similar area as to the one that Carr was. So I'd guess a like for like. Adam Lund sends the throw down the line. Wiley stepping up on Toure to steal it. Tries to send it round the corner on his left foot, on his right foot, sorry, on his weak foot. Towards Hunt, who heads it away.
You don't reckon he's related to Eberici in any way, is he?
Don't know. Could be.
That'd be cool.
His younger brother, Ikechi Eze, used to play for Braintree. There's a shoehorned mention for you. Played for us in the 18-19 season. I think got a couple of appearances towards the end.
I thought you said 89 season at first.
No. No, he's playing for our reserves when we had one of those teams in the 9th or 10th tier, and then got called up to the first team towards the end of the season under Danny Searle. And we got relegated that year.
Oh no.
Wasn't his fault. We played about 3 games. Scored a great goal for our reserves once. I know he did that. I think he played in Scotland for a bit. This will all be worth it if this guy bears no relation to him whatsoever. But we are seeing Alfreton preparing to respond with a change of their own as David Moyo is stripped and ready to come on. It's Jake Day, the man who he may replace, tries to hook it down the line towards Whitehouse. It's Irwin. Delays his clearance just enough to get a better angle, looking for Eze.
Nathan Neal putting his name on it just in case any Alfreton players who happen to be nearby, they went on. Went for it.
Eze, with his first touches of the game, goes out wide to his full-back, drops it back to Calverley. And comes inside, tries to find Clark. A few step-overs to try and get away from Wiley. Cantrell steps in, though, to get it clear. Not fully away, though. This is with Wilson on the edge. Adam Lund getting it slightly further away, but Mark Ellis now carrying the ball forward from the back. Tries to lay it off. Claxton makes an interception. Chorley doing well to win those second balls. Waldock eventually buys Alfreton some time as he gets the ball away into the Chorley half. Billy Heath now preparing David Moyer with some tactical advice. I think Jake Day has worked his socks off today. I think we've seen that, that kind of skill as a target man where the ball's fired into you so often, you've got to be the one to bring it down and find a teammate. Hasn't really put a foot wrong, but he has started the last few games. So it could be a fatigue thing, could just be a case of trying to change it up. Could go 2 up top, we don't know. We shall see. The ball's not gone out since we've seen Moyo ready himself. Irwin now taking his time on the ball. He's not pressed by anybody, and he knows he can just pick it up when he wants to. Drop kick headed back by Wiley. Cantrell getting onto it. And goes back to Willis. Going to have to get it clear on his left foot. Up towards Day. Beat into it. Eze trying to ask for the ball out wide, but it's a sloppy pass from Horbury. It's out for a throw, and there will be the chance for the changes to be made now. In that time, Chorley ready to change of their own. And that's going to be Jack Moore to come on for Craig Hewitt. Their second change.
Yeah, already taken his tape off his socks.
I was going to say, we are also seeing Billy Fuster and Billy Whitehouse swap wings. And Jake Day heading over towards the touchline to be replaced by David Moyo. It's a good shift from the number 9.
Yeah, he's had a really good afternoon. Just one of them ones where he's eventually probably going to run out of gas when you're constantly battling, constantly jumping up, constantly bringing the ball down, turning, running, chasing the centre arse, getting back in as well. So fresh legs could be a difference maker.
Well, there we go. It's
against his former side as well.
Yeah, there we go. I was going to say, it's also it's kind of a complete change-up now. Obviously, the 2 wingers swapping sides and a substitute striker coming on. It gives the entire back line something different to deal with for the final few sort of minutes of the game. Well, not final few minutes, last sort of 20 minutes of the game. George Willis goes long, trying to find Moyo, but Smith not letting him get anywhere near it. Claxton heading it forward, out for a Chorley throw.
Probably worth mentioning, it was actually Ellis who headed the ball away. Just Smith decided to hold Moyo away.
Didn't want to let him get anywhere near the ball. But if that is to be the sort of route that Alfreton continue to go down, those long balls, particular skill of Moyo's that you've mentioned previously is his ability to get underneath pretty much every single header that comes his way. Not just, not only getting something on it, but also
he judges the ball at the air so well.
Wowee.
Yeah, no one asked me. Well, I'll send you off this gantry.
And that's without the ball coming up here. You wanted to move him out of the way. Chorley, sorry to interrupt, but they do have a man down on the side receiving treatment. And he's just about on the pitch, so the referee can't restart the play. And it looks like it's going to be a third change for the visitors, not long after they made their second. And there we go, it's the number 4, Scott Wilson, taken off in place of the number 16, Adam Blakeman.
He's going for a full house of cracks while we wait.
I think he's going to head over straight away to take the set piece, take the throw. He goes in towards the box, headed away initially by Wiley. Fired back in first time. And it's Ellis trying to turn and get a snapshot away on his right foot. But it's straight into the wall behind the goal. Not to be critical, but I think even from a Chorley perspective, he's not the man you want in that position.
Evidently.
Trying to break the deadlock. But there we go, out for a goal kick for George Willis to take. Possibly a chance for David Moyo to have his first say on the game. Up it goes from Willis towards Moyo. Flicks it onto Fuster. Lays it out to Josh Claxton, who's got Eze ahead of him.
Yeah, just underhit pass from Claxton.
Yeah.
Fuster's brought down the man. He's tried to play the ball, but yeah, definitely a foul.
Yeah, Warren Clark going down after being clipped by Fuster. Wins his side a free kick deep in their own half.
Coming on to the final kind of 15 minutes or so, I'd say.
Yeah. Lewis Salmon sent out to warm up. So we might see one of the wingers withdrawn as we enter the later stages of this one. Just in an attempt to change it up. See if we can be a difference maker. Eze trying to keep the ball in play for Chorley. Wiley heading it down and Baldock picking it up. Newell trying to send it back the other way. But Culverley now shoots from the edge of the box. It runs just wide of the far post. Willis thought about diving, but wasn't in any worry in the end. And are we going to see the game open up very slightly? Because I think that's just a case of a misplaced pass from Newell.
I'd love if the game opened up, because right now the doors are closed, locked, and the key's been thrown away.
Triple locked.
As a padlock as well.
Yeah. Willis sent his goal kick long. Adam Lund challenging Ellis for that one. Wiley with the ball at the back now. Goes back to Willis. And comes out of his box. Sends the diagonal ball over to the left. Back forward by Hanley though. Newell's going to have to recycle, gives it back to Willis. Takes a touch to set himself before going long. Up towards Fuster. Made his man think about it, and it's going to run through to the substitute. And he's sent it long, and Baldock not happy.
Been booked.
I was going to say, yeah, he's received a yellow card for what the referee deemed a late challenge. I think that's on the number 16, Adam Blakeman. He's staying down. Yeah. It's a substitute, Blakeman, who's felt the full effect of that Liam Waldock challenge. Won his side a free kick, got Waldock in the book. That is now all three midfielders for the Reds on a yellow card.
It is still 0-0, James. Still 0-0. What else would it be?
There goes Chorley, prepare their long free kick. It's never something that you want to be sort of going into the final kind of 10, 15 minutes of a game with all three of your midfielders on an existing booking. As David Moyo concedes a foul as he tries to battle Ellis for the ball. I hope I haven't cursed it by alluding that the game might be able to might be opening up, because it looks like anything but that is going to happen at the moment. Blakeman, the substitute, sends the free kick into the box, looking for Ellis, but headed away by Hunt. Sent back forward. Adam Lund getting his head to it though. Fewster tried to hook it out to Claxton, but I don't think he realised he was not in the position he desired him to be. He's out for a Chorley throw.
Salmon running back in. He's probably going to make the change now while there's still time for him to affect the game. I think in the next 5 minutes we're going to see who's going to start going for the winner and who's going to be holding on for the points.
Yeah. Chorley send their throw long, just outside the area. Wiley heads away. Blakeman trying to put it back into the dangerous zone. But it's flicked on, and Willis claims that one, grasps it to his chest. We're seeing Moyo set up on the right-hand side. Free kick sent up long towards Fewster, but the linesman's flag is raised.
Frustrated.
Against him. Yeah. Get ran through to the keeper anyway, but yeah, and you're right, Lewis Salmon will now be introduced in place of Billy Fewster. Just a sort of late chance, like that, a late kind of...
Well, Billy, the only person to have the ball in the back of the net this afternoon.
Yep. But I think Lewis Salmon, he's given him just enough time to make an impact on the game. I think he did the same.
Similar to Kidderminster.
Did the same against Kidderminster, created the goal. Obviously went down as an own goal, but breaking into the box, using his pace, forcing the error, and that was the difference on the day. Wiley happy to let that one run for a goal kick. Jed Abbey now sent out to warm up. I think that might just be a case of maybe coming on in place of one of the midfielders. Waldock perhaps. David Moyo absolutely flinging himself at that one to try and win the ball, and goes out for an Alfreton throw. Yeah. Been attacked.
Lundy's going to look to loop this one in. He's took it off Clacky. So he's going to be looking to go along unless he throws it back to George Willis, just covering all bases here.
He does in fact go long, over towards Hunt. It's headed away, but Claxton on his left foot gets it back into the box towards Salmon, but the goalkeeper bravely gets there first. Matt Irwin makes the claim. Salmon just gave him a little bit more to think about. He had to kind of dive at it, didn't give him as much time as he would have wanted.
That's the fresh legs as well, you know, having the ability to set off and try and pounce on kind of a dead ball when you've only got 10 minutes to use up your energy. That's how it should be spent. Gambling.
Exactly. Willis now with the ball at his feet. Goes long over on the left-hand side. Moyo concedes the free kick. Again, you can hear the boos from the Alfreton fans. They're not happy. Moyo felt that he was the one that was dragged down. But nonetheless, Chorley have themselves a free kick inside their own half. He's coming for me, this little ladybug. And it's not really what you want. I think all of these set pieces now, it just kind of breaks the game up a little bit. But I think this is very much the tale of two teams, both sides only with one loss each in the league this season. Obviously, quite hard teams to beat and break down. And I think we've just seen when those two forces have sort of met each other, there's not really been any room for either side to budge. Irwin takes this free kick long. Just inside the area. It's away by Moyo. Eze trying to send it back into the area, but Cantrell gets it clear. It's a great save.
That's the most interesting thing I'll afternoon, other than the one-on-one for World.
Yeah, great catch from the man in the Chorley dugout. Went down afterwards, dropped on it, just to run the clock a little bit.
First save of the afternoon.
Lewis Salmon trying to get it clear, but Blakeman sends it back into the box. It's going to run all the way through to Nathan Newell, though. Tries to send it down the line. Eze got something on that, though. And it's Jack Moore. Gives it back to Eze. Cuts inside onto his left foot, gets a shot away.
It is a shot on target. We have seen a shot on target this afternoon.
Do not scratch your eyes.
We have been
treated
to a shot on target.
But Willis making a simple claim. Doesn't go along with his goal kick, picks out Newell. Tries to clip it in behind for Moyo.
Yawn.
It's run all the way through to the keeper. Moyo's now realised that he's going to pick it up eventually.
We're in dangerous territory. The screen's running on my mobile data on 6%.
Oh dear. We might die here.
Don't worry, the game will only end 0-0 anyway.
You probably won't miss much if we disappear.
Now we must be coming on to the kind of last 5 now.
I'd imagine so, yeah. Moyo looking to flick it on for Salmon, but it bounces out for a Chorley throw. I think we'll just put it out there. If the stream does die out of nowhere, then best place to find the updates will be on Alfreton Town's Twitter page, or X page, sorry. Got to get the correct terminology in, but formerly known as Twitter. No, but we should be able to run until the end of the game. Claxton sends this throw down the line from inside his own half. Eze trying to keep that one in, but the linesman flags that it's gone. Eze not happy with that, but Adam Lund now just in front of the home bench with a chance to launch the ball into the box and maybe break the deadlock.
We have 3 minutes left in normal time.
Yeah, we should be fine.
Because your phone usually dies at like 2 or 3.
That is true. Adam Lund launches this one into the box. It's away by Chorley. Wiley, though, picking it up, giving it to Cantrell. Back out to Lund on the right. Crossed into the box towards Hunt. Moyo got his head to it. Tried to readjust his body to direct it goalwards, but it's out for a goal kick. Frustrating one for Moyo. He's goaded by the Chorley fans behind the goal, obviously as a former player. They'll be glad to see him miss that opportunity. Owen sends this goal kick long. Headed away by Hunt. No, I'm not. It's not a broken record. Claxton going in on Eze to win the throw as well. It's good work from the fullback. Willis making himself available if Claxton wants to go backwards. I think Torre's seen it now, though, so he will go long. Looking for Moyo. It bounces away from him. Torre backing up against Hunt. Alfreton back in possession, though. Willis, slightly heavier touch than he would have liked, and he has given it away to Eze, who tries to catch Willis out off his line, but he's retreated quickly enough to recover, and he apologises.
Just tried a little drop of the shoulder there, Willis, and I wasn't a fan of it, but give the ball straight to Izzy. He probably did the right thing and tried to take it early. Probably just the extra touch he took. He took 3 touches, 1 control, second should have been the shot, but...
David Moyo with the ball on the edge of the area, trying to slip it through to Liam Waldock on the left-hand side, gets the shot away and it's in! Alfreton Town have the lead late on. Liam Waldock breaking the deadlock, redeems himself from the first half miss. Chorley players on the ground. They can't believe it, but David Moyo, the substitute, picking the ball up on the edge and just waited until Liam Waldock made that run beyond him, slipped it through, and the number 10, Liam Waldock, on his left foot, slides it into the corner. It's a clever finish, gets it underneath the goalkeeper's grasp, and it's 1-0.
Yeah, it's a fantastic run peeling off round the back from Liam Waldock. He's just waiting to come through. No Chorley player tracks him back, and the weight of the pass is so important from Moyo, and he slides it through really, really well. And Waldock taking it first time, left foot, finding the far right corner. It's a fantastic finisher. He gives Irwin in the goal absolutely no chance. The Chorley players collecting the ball, getting straight back on the spot because they have very, very little time to find the equaliser as the added time board goes up. Well, it's ready.
It's lit up. It hasn't quite gone up just yet, but we'll see it very soon. There's Waldock trying to clip it in behind for Moyo. I think he knew he was offside in the end, so he waited, and we are going to see 8 minutes of added time.
This stream is not lasting to the end. We did not. The phone battery did not plan for 8 minutes of added time.
Well, there we go. I mean, that's come as a surprise to a few people in the ground, and Chorley will...
I think it was Wiley down.
Yeah, Chorley will respond to the...
Anyone want to quickly change the internet connection?
There we go. Chorley with a late change. Adam Henley comes off. And I didn't see the board, but we'll be able to see the number in a second. We might not. 18. Samuel Bird comes on at the back. George Willis sends it long. It's going to have to be a case of running the clock now. David Moyo does well to win a free kick. I think he's purchased it. It's clever centre-forward play. Alfreton Town, it's worth noting, do still have another change in the chamber, should they want to run the clock just a little bit.
Gerard on to run the clock down.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised, just sticking him on for Waldock possibly on a yellow card. Whitehouse takes this free kick towards the back post, looking for Moyo. It's going to drop to Waldock, who clips it back in on his right foot. It's headed away by Chorley. Adam Lund trying to hook it back into the area. Waldock getting up to win it. And it's Salmon now on the edge of the box. Can't quite get away from his man. It's cleared away for an Alfreton throw. What's the percent? What's the battery looking like?
I don't check it.
Lighting up the lock screen would be too much. Get it on low, ultra battery saver. Actually, no, because then that'll just cut the stream off, wouldn't it? We're just going to have to hope and pray on the battery health of your phone. Josh Claxton sends this throw down the line. Eze gets his head to it, out for another Alfreton throw. And the Reds will be happy with that. Just another chance to get a few minutes written off the clock. Adam Land does go over to take it. Moyo goes short. And he is found by Lund. Trying to hold the ball up in the corner. Chorley looked to escape. Cantrell trying to backheel it off of Eze to win a throw. Claxton just sending it back into the area. Headed away by Moore, only as far as Whitehouse though. tries to play the 1-2 with Waldock, but I was going to say the ball ended up back with Chorley, but as Waldock played the return pass, he won himself a free kick. Again, just another chance to run a few seconds by and see themselves over the line in this one. And what a win it will be against Chorley. Went into this game second in the league. Whitehouse clips the ball in the box towards Moyo, headed away. Adam Lund putting it back into a area in the box, but Chorley wastes no time in trying to get up the pitch. As he tries to flick it out wide, and Salmon wins a throw on the far side. Going to have all these set pieces go in the way of the Reds now, just as they'll try and etch closer to that full-time whistle, see themselves over the line. Lewis Salmon now holding the ball up in the corner. Tries to win the corner off of his man, but it's gone all the way through to Irwin. And Alfreton have got to get back.
Yeah, well, when you're chasing a winner, you cannot put the ball on top of Max Hunt from a long ball.
No, but it's interesting to note there, as they've sent that one long, it was Mark Ellis and Harvey Smith, the centre-back pairing, that were just the furthest forward. Chorley really throwing everything and the kitchen sink at this one to try and find a level up. They now have a long throw of their own. Jack Moore, the only man back for Chorley, and it's a foul throw. They'll be very happy with that.
Well, that's
a substitute.
Schoolboy stuff.
I was going to say Samuel Bird, brought on in the later stages here, goes to take the throw and he's kind of tripped up, slipped forward as he's taken it, and then the referee signalled as if he'd let the ball go when it was in front of his head. So Alfreton now will have a throw of their own, which Clackey will set down the line, you'd imagine. Willis is making himself available, though. He's unsurprisingly ignored. Salmon doing well to force the throw again, just slightly further up the pitch now. And this sort of spell of play now suits Alfreton down to the ground. Just winning these sort of consistent set pieces, winning the throw-ins with the 1-0 lead. The opposition already frustrated. That's going to be a corner if it runs out, and it is. Alfreton Town with a chance to...
Excellent game management, by the way. You'd see a lot of teams kind of sit and camp out in their own half and invite long balls, and that is, you're just asking for trouble then. But Alfreton are getting the ball into the high and wide areas of Chorley's half and just keeping possession, winning throw-ins, winning corners, free kicks, holding it up, looping the ball up high. And
there we go, the corner taken with not a single man in the box. Moyo doing his best to hold it up, but it eventually bounces out for a goal kick. Chorley going to waste absolutely no time in getting this one as they steam back up the field. Owen sends it long up towards Eze, contested by Lund, but the ball stays in. Claxton clips it down the line towards Salmon, who's going to give chase. Owen comes out though, and he has to just divert it for a throw.
Puts it out of the ground as well.
And once again, Alfreton are going to have absolutely no complaints with that. And Leicester have completed the turnaround from 2-0 down. Everything's looking up except for, well, us as well, probably. I imagine we're not going to be winning, so don't worry. I'll join you in sadness on the way home.
I'm going to cry.
Claxton sends this throw into the corner where Salmon looks to hold it up. Concedes the throw, though.
We must be nearly there on added time. It must be.
2 hours, 10 minutes, so yeah, we're going to be getting there. Adam Lund gets something on that, but Toure with the ball at his feet. Newell does brilliantly to win it back, and Cantrell now driving forward. Tries to cut back inside, but Jack Moore comes away with it. Eze now out wide, trying to turn, get the ball around the corner, but Dwayne Wiley clears. Chorley know that they've got to go forward quickly, but they don't go quickly enough.
We made it!
And that's it, the full-time whistle. Alfreton Town win 1-0 against Chorley, against second in the league. a brilliant result, some fantastic game management towards the end. Liam Wooldock redeems himself from his first half miss and scores the winner. We'll try and wrap it up quickly because I think we're going to end up losing battery anyway, but what a win that is for the Reds.
Yeah, fantastic 3 points, and yeah, a massive boost as well. Like we say, we're just kind of riding that high morality train with the results recently, so another massive 3 points, but we will wrap it up quickly so we don't disappear without saying goodbye. So thank you everyone for tuning in. We ended up with a good viewing by full time, so
lovely.
Thank you everyone for tuning into the watch along, and we will see you on Tuesday night. Well, maybe not us because my car has an MOT, but we will be back in action at the Impact on Tuesday evening against Spennymoor. Thank you everyone, and we will see you then.
Clutch. Check the battery.